Greetings from the Ministry Center of Missions Door in the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. My name is Rick Miller, and I serve as the president of Missions Door. On behalf of our mission, and specifically the missionaries, the churches, the believers in Haiti, I want to thank you for your generous partnership in helping us respond to the earthquake on January 12th of last year. God has done some significant things. We send you this report as a celebration of what he has accomplished through your partnership, through that of Delta Ministries, churches and individuals across the country who generously responded. Thank you for your partnership in helping Haiti rebuild.
If you're just joining us, we're following the breaking news out of Haiti. The largest, most powerful earthquake in the region's history has crippled the country, measuring 7.0. Its epicenter was just a few miles outside the capital, Port-au-Prince.
Immediately after the earthquake, emergency responders flooded Haiti.
U.S. officials are dispatching disaster rescue teams, with one saying he expects a serious loss of life. Reports from the country are coming in slowly.
They did what they're good at, but that's done. And then a lot of churches and a lot of people from all over the world reacted. They rushed in to do what they thought was best. They did it their way, without a real understanding of the Haitian culture, without a real understanding of some of the complications within the government, within how work gets done in Haiti. For us, what's been a great strength is that we've partnered with Haitian leadership who not only understand all those things, but they have found a way to rise above that or to work in spite of. When the earthquake first hit, I think we did the same thing everybody else did, which is just watch in wonder and shock. And I thought pretty much after a day or two that the story would be over. About 2.5 days afterward is when the phone communication began between Missions Door, a partner organization with Delta. They have people on the ground in Haiti, and they were just beginning to get information back from a couple of people that work down there about the devastation and the chaos. And at the same time, they were getting calls from churches and individuals who wanted to help. One of the distinctives about Missions Door is that they serve in countries by mobilizing national leaders to mission work. And at Delta Ministries, where we facilitate churches to short-term mission locations around the world, we had a lot of calls also coming in, probably over 200 churches and individuals who wanted to respond. So we're hearing from our partner organization that they want us to help to mobilize people, and we're hearing from a lot of people who want to be mobilized. Part of our first days had to be spent understanding the history of Haiti, the ministry there, the leadership and their structure, and understand before the earthquake happened, what were they at work doing? What did the earthquake do that might change how their ministry would look? And then to understand if we actually play a role in that. Can we actually service the field in a way that's relevant to them? The man we were going to meet, Pastor Unearth the Heroes, who's the field director for Haiti under Missions Door, we got to see a man who is passionate about the Lord, about evangelism, about the church and its role in helping a country, but also someone who's really gifted in the area of social reform and a brilliant leader in terms of how he mentors and trains up other leaders and builds community leadership teams in the many places where they've begun to work over the 20 years.
So we need to train the people to keep the community life together and put God inside that. So when we build the community, we also build the people and the infrastructure. And we build also the kingdom of God in that.
It didn't take long on our first trip for us to begin to comprehend that the very men and women we're spending time with are struggling like every other man and woman in Haiti. Everyone has experienced the tragedy, the loss of life, the inability to live in their homes. So Pastor Guillemette and the many others that we're spending time with, they were not only facing their own tragedy, having to process their own emotions, but then having to be called on to lead their congregations, to be a part of finding people that were feared were dead. My questions to him as we spent time with him was, is there really anything we can help you do? Has this earthquake changed the vision? Has this really transformed how you're going to go about ministry? And his response to us was that we really can help him, that this earthquake actually makes everything that was in his dream, everything that was his vision, it really makes it more possible because everyone's looking, everyone wants to help, resources can be mobilized. But what mattered to him is that we come under the initiatives of Haitian leaders, and we do it in ways that are always going to be culturally relevant.
We didn't know if an earthquake will come. We didn't know that. We didn't know the way. We don't know that God will break Haiti to rebuild it.
Well, it was an interesting thing to travel with Guillaume because he does represent a lot of pastors, not just with Missions Door, but literally hundreds of pastors all over Haiti. He really is seen as a pastor to pastors, as a social reform leader. He just has that kind of gift in Haiti. So the two of us had a lot of conversation as we traveled, and of course he's the one that's showing us around every day, introducing us to people, calling ahead, finding out if pastors are present, getting us into churches so that we can see the damage. And he actually took us to a place called Tuisab, which is the place he started his work more than 20 years ago. It's a place then that had about 24,000 people. It was said to be the poorest of the poor. They had really no services, no social assistance at all, just a lot of poverty, a lot of despair, a lot of hopelessness. And so what he did by establishing a church was to bring hope, to bring Christ to a community, a church that was growing. And over time, that community grew to probably about 100,000 people, very densely populated. But as well, they'd built a church, a place for school, a clinic and a pharmacy, quite a few other services, including a water treatment plant. So I really created a place where the community came for water, for church, for counseling, for school, just a really lively place. And as we traveled into Tuisab, you actually have to park your car and walk in anyway, but the earthquake damage was devastating. I mean, it was near the epicenter of the earthquake, and this is already a densely populated place, mostly concrete construction with little or no rebar. And it's literally just house next to house next to house, and it's on hillsides, so they're house above house above house, all in this densely populated area.
Because here is a street market, popular market. There are some people selling food and things there. When the earthquake comes, yes, and the seller, the people who buy, they all die here.
From a human standpoint, the end of a history, but realizing too the great cost it was to a leader like Pastor Guillemette. It represented everything he'd worked to build.
And this is the church, which is the Baptist Church of Tuisab. And I started this church. My office was here in this house, and I have a school there, a clinic, and then we get money, we buy the land, we make the church here, so the whole is for.
Since then, and during our return just recently, great things have happened, because what seemed to be the end of an era actually gave rise to a new beginning in Tuisab.
You remember when you came here after the earthquake, all this area was wobbled. But now you have space to work. It's a good progress.
Yeah.
So when we make decision to move the rubble in the church and to rebuild the church, we rebuild the church. That's been hope in the community. The people who go to live in the tent city, they come back now, and they don't stay in the tent city. They make their own shelter in the place, in the yard, and they live.
All of these places are being restored through carefully organized partnerships, mission strategy and priorities with churches who have the capacity and the timing to be able to go out and minister.
So in Christ we are one. That's the real reason you are here, because Asian people suffer and you come to share And we bless the name of God for that. Know that you are a gift from the Lord. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are a gift from the Lord.
I believe that every dollar that's been raised through our efforts has gone to exactly what it was supposed to go to. Every team that's been recruited to do a certain kind of work, they go do it. Because our field workers truly are strategic. They really are working off of a set of priorities, and they really are organizing the way they said they would. And that is rare. That is not how it's working everywhere else. But Haiti now needs churches and people to come alongside and say, we're going to ride this thing out. We're going to stay committed for reform. We're going to stay committed to a growing church and to evangelism that continues on long past the time of the earthquake. So our hope is to really to tell a story that says, hey, the work's going on. There is a lot to be done still there. There are great opportunities with trusted field partners who have strategies and priorities. And so what we're looking for is people who are interested in praying, for people who will go, and for people who will give. Because this ministry is going to go on for a very long time.
What I would like the people in America to do now is to stand up with the Haitian people. And also stand to see what's happened and say, be our advocacy. We need the people in America to be advocate for Haiti. They start to do that. And they start to do that well. Continue to be advocate and Haiti will be changed. God bless you.
Merci.